Welcome to Detecting Bias from the Northeast State Community College Wayne G. Baszler Library. In this video, we are going to learn about what bias is and how we can detect it in our information sources. What is bias? According to Webster's New College Dictionary, it is an inclination or preference, especially one that interferes with impartial judgment. Prejudice. Another way to look at it is that bias is when a statement reflects a partiality, preference, or prejudice for or against a person, object, or idea. Why does bias matter? What difference does it make if information sources are biased? Biased information tries to change your mind or how you think. Biased information sources don't present a full and accurate picture of a topic. Rather, they present only the facts that support their view and do so in a way intended to distort reality. If you are not aware of the bias being presented in an information source, you can easily believe or think exactly as the author desires. Being aware of bias and knowing how to identify, analyze, and assimilate biased information properly is a skill to be treasured. It puts you in charge of how you think instead of the print and media world. So, how do we detect bias? There are several elements to watch for, especially in news sources and on web pages. The following types of bias are prevalent in news sources. Bias through selection and omission. In this form of bias, details are selectively left out to create the desired story. To detect this bias, you have to compare the same story from different sources to see what each leaves out. Bias through placement. In this form of bias, the writer makes decisions about the order in which facts are presented. We expect the most important parts to come first, and often don't read all the way through an article, so information relegated to the last half or the end may be missed or assumed to be unimportant. Bias by headline. Headlines or titles are usually the first thing we see, and sometimes the only thing that is read. Headlines can be written to display bias by making something seem exciting when it isn't, or vice versa. They can also express opinions such as approval or condemnation. Bias by word choice and tone. The use of words with positive or negative connotation make a difference in how the reader experiences the information. Bias by photos, captions, and camera angles. Photos can be flattering or unflattering and can be used strategically to convey meaning that may or may not be accurate. Captions for photos can also be used to display bias of varying forms. Bias through use of names and titles. Similar to word choice bias, writers can use names, titles, and labels to describe people, places, and events. One person's terrorist is another's freedom fighter. Bias through statistics and crowd counts. Statistics can be used to inflate or deflate events and measures, and the same can be done with crowd sizes. More than 900 people attending an event is the same as fewer than 1,000 people showing up for an event, but they can seem quite different. Bias by source control. You must always consider the source of information when looking for bias. When looking at web pages, be vigilant as well. Signs of bias to watch for include language of extremes, statements with all or nothing connotations, arguments that appeal more to emotions than to logic, oversimplification and generalization, and a source that presents a limited view of the topic. To recap, bias can be found in information sources. Identifying bias is important in order to be able to think for yourself and evaluate information. Bias exists in many forms and is especially prevalent in news and web sources. If you need any help determining if a source is biased or need help finding or citing sources, please don't hesitate to contact one of your friendly librarians. We are here to help you. Visit us at the library, call us, chat with us live, email us, or make an appointment for an individualized one-on-one session.